Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Beauty, also known as The Rich Aunt. I am your girl that tries to make financial concept to be easy to understand, simply because I believe that finances plays a very important role in our lives. I believe that after your spiritual life, finances are very important because it's your spiritual life, your finances, and everything else. Your mental health will always draw from where you are standing financially. And I believe that everything else will just come after you have sorted your spiritual life, your financial life. Then you will see a nice balance of your life. So today is the 1st of March 2026, and you know what that means? It simply means that it is a new financial year. So a new financial year is a fresh start, right? Of your finances, is the fresh start of your accounting books. So if maybe you took a bit longer to settle into the new year, you were not able to set those financial goals in Jan and Feb, trust you me, March brings that last opportunity, the very last one, for you to sort out your finances. You cannot get this anywhere else. You cannot get it at any other time. If you missed Jan and Feb, trust you me, you don't want to miss sitting down with your finances in the month of March, because you can simply then start with your company. My company starts its financial year on the 1st of March, right? So it means that increases will be calculated in this year. So we're gonna get our increases. That's if we performed well, because remember, all these things comes from how did the company perform in the previous 12 months. So this is your time. If you haven't sat down with your finances to check what actually happened last year, this is your time to sit with your finances and do exactly that. You cannot miss much, because you're not going to get any other opportunity to actually sit down, reflect, and set those financial goals for yourself. So this is your last chance, Bandla, to do that financial analysis, to get to understand your finances, to get to understand where you are currently financially, to get to do a financial audit, to understand ukuthi mara kahle kahle ngime njani ngey'mali zami. Emails zami zikhona na, and for those that are employed as well, remember the two pots seziyabila manje. Remember, you are able to withdraw from your two pot once in a financial year. So it means that this is the beginning of a new financial year where you will be able to access I forgot how it works, but to access that portion from your two pots, right? So yeah, so it's a new financial year, and it gives me and you an opportunity to sit and actually look back and start planning forward as to what is it that we want to do. A lot of people have been waiting for the 1st of March just for them to withdraw money from their two pot. I am one of them, because obviously I'm a new homeowner, guys, and I need a bit of cash that I need to access, because I have exhausted all my savings. And there's still a few things that I want to do. So I will be accessing my two pot. I'm accessing it. But if you're also going to be accessing your two pot, it's very important for you to know what is it that you're going to do with it. Ngeke withdraw a two pot just to go on vacation. No, you really need to have a plan for it, right? Like when you receive your salary, you need to sit down and plan for it. So if you're going to access your two pot, please make sure that you sit down, you plan for it. Also, ask yourself questions that will really determine if you need to access money into your two pots or not. Because remember, you have until next year, February. So if currently you don't need any money all right. Not that will forever be okay, but if there's no need for money besides what your salary covers, there's no need for you to access your two-pot, because what if an emergency comes 12 months down the line? Where are you going to access money? So it is very important. Remember, there's a lot of tax that is involved with accessing your two-pot. So if this financial year must just pass, ungakhiphanga your two-pot, girl, boy, it is okay, right? It is absolutely okay. Why am I talking about two-pots? I'm here to talk about the new financial year. I'm one greatest believer of a new thing effect. Whether it's a brand new day, it's always a beginning for me to start again. Brand new month, it gives me the same effect. Brand new financial year, listen, I was like, you know what? Now this is the time that beauty, we're going to get our business in order. We're going to get our books in order. We start again. We budget well, we spend well, we calculate those debts, we come up with ways as to how are we going to pay off our debts. But one thing that I want to talk about today is to understand your financial triggers. The emotional triggers, right? And there's financial triggers. And in most cases, they come from your emotional triggers. We normally talk about your money personality, right? How does money make you feel? How does it make you feel? That is your personality, right? That is your money personality. When I have money in my account, I feel secured. I feel like, you know what? I am the girl that I think I am. And more than anything else, I always want to make sure that that money stays in my account. I'm a lover of a positive balance. I want to see it. Right? Earning interest and all. So that money personality is you are a money saver, right? And there's also other people that when they have money, I saw this TikTok, was it on TikTok, to say that when one doesn't have money, they say, hey, I'm an introvert. But let money hit my account, I just want to be outside. Hey, I don't want to see myself in the house. Ngifuna ukuzibona a mall. Ngifuna ukuzibona a restaurant. Like, I just want to be busy, and that is a money personality nje. If you have money in your account and you feel like, I cannot be sitting, chilling in this house, drinking water, drinking coffee, hey, I must be out, man. I need someone to make coffee for me. That is a money personality, right? And when you understand your personality, you need to then find out, is this a good personality? Is spending money and unnecessarily? Obviously, if you're spending it unnecessarily, unplanned for, obviously that's not a good decision, right? So once you are aware of this, then you need to put system in place to say, okay, when I have money, what is the first thing that I will do, right? So if I have money in my account, one thing is that I want to be able to allocate it to something. What is this money for? I don't want money chilling in my account without having a name for it. Is this money for home improvements? Then if it's for home improvement, what are we improving in the home? Then we have the conversation, how much is that? When can it be done? All that. So that is a system that you put in place. If money gets into your account and the first thing you do is you start your car, you go to the garage, you fill in petrol, and you're all over the place, you need to put system in place to say, okay, when money hits my account, if you're someone that likes to spend money, right, you need to know where do you spend your money. right? I once told a colleague of mine to say, you are a shopper. That girl loves shopping. Like, there's always something delivered at the branch for her. It's Take a Lot, it's your Superbalist, like you name them, right? So we always say that when you are just the same as someone who drinks alcohol, because this is an addiction. But the one advice that I gave her is that, if you find yourself to be a person that likes to shop, have a shopping need, right? Because sometimes it's not like the things that we are buying are actually bad things. You probably need them, right? So you should know that if money hits your account and you love shopping, you must always have a list in place to say that if I get money tomorrow, these are the things that I want to buy, right? So you must always have your shopping list on standby. And obviously on that shopping list, it must be important things that you need, right? Because sometimes it's just a good feeling on getting on Take a Lot and ordering something. Then that something comes and then you have that need that, oh my goodness, I said I want to buy this. But you remember that when you are broke. So you need to have a list of things that you need. That if I have money, I definitely need to buy this. I have started doing that myself, right? I'm not much of a spender, but I would, when I have money, then I would think, what can I buy? And my colleague of mine said to me this week that, because we are always busy at work, we are stressed out, we are burned out, sometimes we then tend to make decisions that are not good, because you make decisions from fatigue, you make decisions from frustrations, but if you have your decision list or your shopping list, you will be able to know what is next on my list. When I moved into my house, I still have that book and I'm not yet done, right? There's a list of things that I wrote on that book, and that was even prior to me moving in, right? Before I moved in, I had to write what are the most important things that I need to buy, right? I named them. The most things that would, I need them now to move in, I had to write them down. I knew that I need a kettle, I need a pot, I need a pan, I need a bed, I need a fridge. Those were the top 5 things that I knew that I must get these things before I move in, right? And when I moved in, I had to write a list of things that as time goes, I see that, oh, this is actually needed. And then I had to place them as per priority, right? I knew that I had to tile my house before I start buying furniture. So tiling my house was on the top list. So the minute they announced the bonus, I knew that this is the first thing that I need to do. So it is very important that you have your list. It can be anything. It's if maybe you are a student, right? And you have a list of things that you need, right? You need a laptop, you need a study table, you need this, you need that. The priority is different, right? Maybe you need your laptop before the examination comes. If you don't have that priority list, guess what's gonna happen? When you get money, you're gonna think that you need sneakers. Can't you know? It's not the sneakers that you need. You actually need a laptop. But because money came into your account and you thought of sneakers, you bought the sneakers. And only after you have purchased them, then the first assignment is due. And you're like, oh, konje vele I knew that I need a laptop. But just because you don't have a priority list, your priority shopping list, then you bought something that is actually not something that you need now. right? I hope that I'm making sense. So when you do your financial goals, say maybe you haven't set financial goals for the year 2026, this is the time to actually go and sit down to say, what is it that I want with my finances this year? And you make a priority list from there. If one of your goals is to pay off your debts, that is the number one thing. So every time money comes into your account, that's exactly what you are doing, right? So if your financial goal is to pay off your debts, you need to know how much is it, what am I owing, and have that priority list. Work on a snowball method, right? To say that, okay, these are the debts that I have, this is the amount on them. So even if it happens that you are like you or bad way or 15,000, when you have done your financial analysis, you would know that actually the gold data 11,000. You take that money. I'm not promoting gambling, right? But a lot of people are doing that. I see that a lot in the bank with I see that a lot, right? So sometimes even when you do that, when you get that money, in most cases people take it back, they buy another voucher, they go and put the money back, go Hollywood bed or go Betway, wherever you are doing this thing, right? It's because that you didn't have a priority list. I mean, if I don't know how those things work, but if you purchase the voucher 100 rand and you won 1,000 rand, if you have a priority list, that 1,000 will go towards that. But because we hardly ever have a priority list, we take that money, you send it right back to Betway. So basically you didn't need that money. So why would Lala Betway? Stop it. So it is very important that you have your debt list, you have your need list. Like, you must have a list, plug it somewhere where you would see it, right? And I remember when I was visiting my neighbor, Liana, she had the same list. She was like, you see, Kiko number 19 now. I remember the other day, one of my, I think, yeah, we work for the same company, not in the same branch, we're not in the same circles, but we used to work in the same branch, I think. So she has my numbers, we see each other's statuses. So she's aware that I'm a new home owner, and she sells I'm a headboard and pedestals, and she sent me those, right? And she was like, yo, rich aunt, I have a special, this headboard and the pedestal are going for this amount. And I went to my list and I checked, no, we are not yet there. And I remember when I replied to him, like, yo girl, the pedestals, the headboard, they're number 20 something on my list. Currently I am not in need of them because there are other things that I need to buy. Even though she said these things are on special now, is not a priority for me now. So that's why sometimes you'll buy sneakers because they are on special, but it is not what you currently need to solve certain needs of yours, right? So this video, Jay, is just for me to tell you that have a list, have a shopping list, have a priority list in place, like you would then know. Remember the other time I told you guys that I wanted to go to Cape Town, but kitchen unit was next on my priority list, and Cape Town was not there. Did we go to Cape Town? No. Do we have a new kitchen unit? Yes, because that was what was next on my shopping list. I was telling my sister the other day to say, whoo, being a homeowner will humble you. Like, there's different stages. So now that I have done my kitchen unit, I haven't done accessories, right? I still need to buy a stove. I still need to buy taps because I changed my sink. The sink that came with the house, it was that single one. So with the built-in kitchen, I wanted the double sink. But I didn't have money to buy taps and all the pipes, right? And I still don't have the money yet. And on my list currently, it is that the next thing that I will buy is taps, right? So now I was telling my sister to say, you know what, 1 minute bengwashela izitshe endlini. The next minute now I'm washing dishes outside, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, being a homeowner will humble you because you go through different stages. There were times whereby I would not sit in the living room because there was nothing. I would be in the bedroom. Right now, my kitchen space is so beautiful. The only thing that I can do in this space currently is to cook. And now I'm using my 2-plate stove, right? Because now the stove has been added on the list and is not the next in line. Nah, it's and we're gonna go with that list. That 2-plate will work until we get to the point whereby we say now on the list we are buying a stove, right? So you understand. So when I make decisions, I make them based on that priority list. So I might feel uncomfortable with the fact that I don't have a beautiful stove and oven, but we are not yet there on the list. So as we start this new financial year, I want you to go and make a list. What are the things that you need this year that needs money? What are the things that needs to be sorted out this year ngemali? So if your goal is to pay off your accounts, it means that with your next bonus, with your next incentive, that's where we are taking the money towards, right? I used to say that for the longest time, I always had on my vision board that I want to pay off my debts. I want to pay off my debts year after year after year, until a year whereby I was very intentional with everything that goes on my vision board to say, if I'm saying that I want to lose weight, how much weight do I want to lose? If I say I want to pay off my account, like what is the value on those accounts, right? And by when do we want to pay off these debts? Because you find yourself then carrying them over to the next year. Then on the vision board is that I want to pay off my debts. Do you even know how much are they? And the only time you will know is when you sit down and go into your bureau profile. Check, who do I owe? How much do I owe them? What is the term? What is the installment? And how quick can I close this account? Right? There are other accounts whereby the balance is 5,000, but because you are paying 100 rand, it's not gonna finish off this month. I mean, it's not gonna finish off this year. You heard me, the balance is just 5,000 rand. If you pay 100 rand every single month, if that is your minimum installment, do you think by the end of this year you'll be done with that account? No, you won't be, because 100 rand times 12, it's 1,200. Then interest are being added over and over. But if you know that let's call those 5,000, and I mean you can close it off, we both know that that account can be closed off in a blink of an eye. Like at any given time, you can close it off. If you get an incentive or more overtime, you can actually take that money and put it into that account. Before the end of June, that account would be closed off. So sometimes you are carrying account and account and account to a new year, the other year, and the other year. But it is not necessary. So take the time to understand what is it that I'm owing, because we all want to get out of debt. But do we have a plan in place for it? Do we have strategies as to how am I gonna get to the point whereby I am financially free? If I know that by 6:30 I want to be at Wonder Park, I would need to know what time am I leaving, how many minutes drive is it, right? So it's the same thing. Remember, you being financially free, it's a destination. And it is only up until you put the date that you want to arrive at that destination, that will be the only time you will get to pay off your debts. So if you know that by the end of September, you want to be financially free because in November or in October is your birthday and you want to start a brand new chapter without certain accounts in your life. So it means that how you'll be showing up in your finances for the next couple of months is not going to be the same. There are certain things that you're not going to be able to do, right? There are certain dates that you're not going to be able to attend. There are sacrifices and compromises that you'd have to make. So if there's that account that you're paying 100 rand, it means that in the next couple of few months, you're not going to be doing your nails. Money for the nails will go towards paying off that account and you will thank yourself. So make sure that you don't avoid the financial conversation. You might have avoided it in Jan, you might have avoided it in February, but this is a sign for you to go and look into your finances, balance your books, and open new books for the new financial year. So get your top priority list in line. And also, when you go for grocery shopping, make sure that you have a shopping list. Like it is like that. You see where the danger is. When you don't make a list, you will come back with things that you do not need. So like me, today I was making my grocery list, checking. I'm like, oh, this thing is as a corner. And last month I bought it and I was not even aware. So now there's 2 foam baths in the house because there's one that was in there, the other one in the bathroom. And I just went and I shopped because I didn't make a proper shopping list. Because when you're making a list, you need to like uvule lama carpet, check this thing can need hiding, right? So with your finances, with every list that you're gonna make, with your priority list of things that you're gonna need, you're gonna have to check out about, oh, okay, so if I don't fill this up with sweets, right, it means that we need to actually make a new list to say what are we filling this up with. I hope that I'm making sense, but all I'm saying is go get your list done, because this is a new financial year and we are going to make it count. We are going to look into those books and we are going to make sure that we balance them out. Until the next video, bye.